45 claimed that basically voters didn't care about his personal tax returns. Technically, they do, because if we can get if the Democrats can get a hold of his tax returns, it would show that 45 is a liar, a fraud, and a cheat. It says, coming from Washington, 45 is basically scoffing at Democrats' attempts to pry loose his tax returns, saying his refusal to release the records as a candidate didn't hurt him in 2016 and voters didn't care about the issue. A leading House Democrat has issued subpoenas for 6 years of 45's tax documents and has given Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin and IRS Commissioner Charles Rettig a deadline of this coming Friday to deliver them. 45 has privately made clear that he has no intention of turning over the much-coveted material. He is the first squatter since the Watergate scandal to decline to make his returns public, often claiming that he would release them if he were not under audit. He's not under audit. He's just using an excuse as to not release them. Subpoenas come from Richard Neal, chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee, on Friday, days after Mnuchin refused to comply with demands to turn over 45's returns. Mnuchin said the committee's request lacks a legitimate legislative purpose, as Supreme Court precedent requires. Neal, who's a Democrat from Massachusetts, reminded the two 45 appointees in the letter that federal law states that the IRS shall furnish the tax returns of any individual upon the request of the chairman of Congress tax rating committees, and that his committee has never been denied a request. 45 tweeted on Saturday that he won in 2016 partially based on no tax returns while I am under audit, which I still am. No, he's not. And the voters didn't care. Yes, they did care because they wanted to see your tax returns. Now the Democrats want to again relitigate this matter, make it a part of the 2020. The White House and the Democratic-controlled House are battling over investigations into Cheeto, and the administration has refused to comply with subpoenas for the unredacted report by Special Counsel Robert Mueller and documents related to the testimony by former White House counsel Donald McGahn. If Mnuchin and Rettig fail to heed the latest demand from Neal, he is likely to sue in federal court. Neal, who first demanded access to 45 tax returns in early April, maintains that the committee is looking into the effectiveness of IRS mandatory audits of tax returns of all sitting squatters. A way to justify his claim that the committee has a potential legislative purpose, Democrats are confident in their legal justification and say 45 was stolen in an attempt to delay the issue beyond the 2020 election. In rejecting Neal's request, Mnuchin said he relied on the advice of the Justice Department. Bullshit. He included that the Treasury Department is not authorized to disclose the requested returns and return information. Mnuchin has also said that Neal's request had the potential to make private tax returns a political matter. Republicans say Neal is using the arcane 1924 law that empowers him to obtain any individual's tax filing to play politics with 45. That's not what they're doing. They want to make sure that 45 is corrupt as possible. Democrats also want to probe into 45's business dealings, particularly his business relationships with foreigners, and to see who he owes money to. He owes money to a lot of people because he's ripped off a lot of people.